So let's start by asking Hilary and Andrea, how do you decide which format is the best one to use when we've got this multitude of different settings?
Yeah, thanks, Allison.
Okay.
Yeah, kind of like the other panelists were saying, the format really emerged through the conversations that we had with Via Meta. So it's just quick background. Hilary and I think Hilary and I are going to tag team the conversation a little bit, but we're both cultural anthropologists working generally around issues of sustainable agriculture and food justice, and we're both really dedicated to public scholarship. So we reached out to RIVA originally last year because in February of 2020, Hilary and I had been part of a team that designed and led a workshop for a sustainable agriculture organization in Georgia here in the United States that was aimed at helping farmers market personnel and institutional food purchasers and farmer support staff think more deeply about their work in local food spaces. And the workshop went over really, really well. And we were getting a lot of requests to redo the workshop for different audiences and kind of tailor it in different ways. But obviously spring 2020, the pandemic hit and we were no longer able to do these kind of in-person workshops. So we were looking for a way to get the core ideas of the workshop kind of boiled down and to an easily disseminatable format that the groups could use virtually and autonomously to kind of prompt similar discussions to what we had originally been facilitating in person. So we reached out to RIVA, and we weren't really sure what the format would be when we first reached out, but we knew we wanted something visual and engaging that would help people kind of walk through the same process of discovery and reflection that we had originally been facilitating in the workshop. And
Allison, you are muted.
Right now, thank you so much. Exactly, I was just unmuting. That's one of the things of going out live. Hilary, what would you like to add to Andrea's, let's say, her introduction here?
Yeah, so a couple of the things that we were interested in when Via Meta asked us to participate in this panel was really thinking about and being able to express a little bit the ways that our collaboration really helped us to distill the message that we were trying to send, right? So to turn our workshop was a 3-hour participatory workshop that had a wide variety of different kinds of activities and formats through which participants engaged with this idea about what is the meaning of local food. And so suddenly when we were presented in our conversation with Via Meta with both a question about who was our audience, we were able to quickly articulate that it was this sort of support staff that we had been working with, as well as other people that are sort of advocates or policy level actors within food systems, but that we needed to then figure out what pieces of this workshop could be translatable into images. And so it was really exciting for both Andrea and I to be pushed into articulating that specifically through conversation. So Via Meta first came back and said, okay, well, here are some ideas about, how this 3-hour workshop can become 16 boxes. And our first collaboration around it, we were like, oh, well, actually, that is like the way that what had come out of it wasn't actually the message that we were going for. And so it was exciting for us to have to rethink how the visualization could concretize our thinking in deeper ways.
Absolutely. Thank you so much, because as you say, it's always a journey of what we think of first of all